This is another Worship Wednesday. I hope everybody is doing well. We've had some great days lately, and it seems, according to the news, that things might be starting to get a little bit better, which is exciting to hear. Today I'm just going to share a couple of things that I've been reading in my devotions that I've been doing the past couple of days. My mom got me this book for Christmas, Daily Running with Jesus. This is actually written by a lady from North Carolina, so that's kind of close to home. So I'm just going to share some things I read a few days ago. Are you facing a situation right now that feels impossible, as if you are in over your head and your worries are steadily rising? We can feel overwhelmed in our roles as a husband, wife, mom, dad, sister, brother, or child, as well as within our roles at home, school, work, or church. We serve a God through which all things are possible. God has created you stronger, smarter, and more talented than you can ever imagine. You can do more than you ever dreamed of. Keep pushing and breaking down the walls that stand in your way. Rely on God in every situation and circumstance that seems too big to take on all alone. Our King is all-powerful, all-knowing, and nothing is out of his control. God is our perfect peace. The Lord is the soothing balm for our unsettled soul. Like the placid trail before you, you can find comfort in God's presence. His are the open and inviting arms we can always turn to. So turn off and unplug the clamorous distractions around you and turn to the peace of God's loving presence. And I thought that those 2 days that I read this last week were really good for what's going on right now. It can be really easy to get distracted just on a normal basis. I find myself sometimes sitting in church on Sundays, listening to the sermon, but then my mind all of a sudden is thinking, what do I need to get at the grocery store as soon as we leave here, instead of focusing on what I should be focusing on. And sometimes it can be a little bit of a problem for me, but now that I've recognized it, I really try to fight against thinking what else I got to do that day and just stay focused on the moment and learning more and worshiping while I'm there. And that's something that we need right now with, even though things are seeming to get better, we're still in the thick of it. To not get distracted, but to remember that he is good and he has a promise for us. The word I wanted to share is from Psalms. Psalms is great to read if you've never read through it entirely, or just bits and pieces of it, because they're written from all types of human emotion, from David, whether he's having a good day, a bad day, it's all in there. And this is from Psalm 62. My soul finds rest in God alone. My salvation comes from him. He alone is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will never be shaken. Find rest, O my soul, in God alone. My hope comes from him. My salvation and my honor depend on God. He is my mighty rock, my refuge. Trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your hearts to him, for God is our refuge. And something that reading that made me think of, it was a few years ago. I was in a small group and we were doing a small group study on prayer. And one of the things that they talked about was if you're having your quiet time or your prayer time and you don't know what to pray, just open up the Bible, especially to Psalms, and just pray his words back to him, pray his promises back to him. Not that he doesn't know what it says, it's his words, but there's just something very meaningful and relational about praying his words back to him. You're praying his promises as a way to remind yourself of what he said. So if you ever have, I have that all the time, if you ever have that moment where I just don't know what to pray about the situation right now, open up his word and just pray those words, because it's just a really good reminder of what he says. And on that same line, the chorus that I want to share from a song is something good to remember right now, as far as getting distracted by everything that's happening and sometimes forgetting to focus on the one that's going to take care of us. If you focus on him, sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, it'll make everything else just not seem so bad. Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. And the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace. So just remember that today, that the things of earth will go strangely dim if you focus on Jesus and on his wonderful face. So hope everybody is doing good, and have a wonderful day today.